Gaano man ka-provocative o ka-harsh, ito ay hindi sapat na dahilan upang pagkaitan natin ng kinatawan ang daan-daang libong mamamayan ng Dasmariñas, Cavite.
It overrides the voters who chose him. It overshoots every principle of proportion our Constitution was raised to protect. So let us discipline if discipline is due. But let us not expel, for to expel here is not to uphold the dignity of this House. It would diminish it.
Si Kong Kiko Barsaga po ba ang nakasira ng dignidad, integridad, at reputasyon ng House of Representatives? Yung pa bang sinasabi niya ang nakasira? Ibig sabihin, kahit tawagin niyang House of Crocodiles to, kung hindi naman sira yung integridad ng House, yung bang sinasabi niya ang nakasira o may mga ibang bagay na nakasira?
Danagan on Dito News Update.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, our dear Majority Leader, and to the sponsor, Chairman of the Committee on Ethics. Paborito ko po si Kuli Desma. Sino ba ang tunay na baliw? Yung bang isinilang sa pag-iisip ay kapos? Gusto ang isip, ngunit sakim naman na lubos. Ang mga social media posts and speeches ni Kong Kiko Barsaga na bumabatikos sa pamahalaan sa Administrasyong Marcos at iba pang opisyal ng pamahalaan, kabilang na ang Kamara at Senado, gaano man ka-provocative o ka-harsh, ito ay hindi sapat na dahilan upang pagkaitan natin ng kinatawan ang daan-daang libong mamamayan ng Dasmariñas, Cavite. The House has already imposed suspensions for the same conduct. An expulsion based on substantially identical acts are excessive and disproportionate. My concern is whether expulsion would be perceived as punishment for dissent rather than on genuine disorderly behavior. A court would likely be reluctant to interfere with the House's internal disciplinary powers. However, from a constitutional law perspective, expelling a representative for criticism, harsh language, and controversial social media posts would be difficult to defend as a proportionate exercise of the expulsion power. Si Kiko Barsaga ay hindi nagnakaw sa kaban ng bayan. Si Kiko Barsaga ay walang conflict of interest di tulad ng mga contractors na iniiwasang imbestigahan ng Kamara. Si Kiko Barsaga ay hindi nagpasok ng mga kahina-hinalang alokasyon sa national budget. Si Kiko Barsaga ay dumadalo sa sesyon di tulad ng mga maraming kinatawan. Hindi mo nakikita sa plenaryo pero laging present sa attendance record ng Kamara. This is simply a tyranny of the supermajority to please those in power that were offended by Representative Kiko Barsaga. Ito ay pagpapatahimik sa mga hindi sumasang-ayon. Minsan, dumalo ako sa burol ng aking kamag-anak ng aking high school classmate. Pinakilala ko sa mga naroroon. Si Egay po, kaklase ko, congressman ng Caloocan. Hindi po buhaya yan. Matino yan. Napaisip ako. Nasabi ni Kiko Barsaga sa kanyang FB post, "This house is a crocodile farm." This is not just himself speaking. Actually, it is a reflection of what the people think and view us.
Honorable Erice, have another minute.
Sa South Lounge, sa Huntahan, hindi naman kinakaila, marami. Uusap-usap tayo. Ina-admit natin, hindi maganda ang tingin sa atin ng mamamayan after the flood control anomaly. Hindi kasalanan ni Kiko Barsaga kung buhaya at korap ang tingin ng maraming Pilipino sa atin. Hindi kasalanan ni Kiko kung mababa ang tingin sa Kongreso. Tayong lahat ay may pananagutan dito. Sa imaing ito, maraming aligasyon ng korupsyon. Yung ombudsman mismo ang nagsasabi, there are a lot of contractors dito sa Kamara, pero bakit hindi natin ito iniimbestigahan? Conflict of interest, anomalous budget and infrastructure, pork barrel, patronage politics using government funds, bundat ng mga political dynasties. Ngunit sa halip na linisin natin ang ating hanay at magbago sa ating mga gawi, pinili nating magalit, mainsulto at parusahan ng mga nagsasalita. Galit tayo, nasasaktan tayo sapagkat may kasabihan. Truth hurts! Kailangan pag-isipan natin itong mabuti. Bilog ang mundo. Papanalangin ko na huwag dumating na tayo ang magiging biktima ng kapangyarihan na ginagamit upang apihin ang malayang pagpapahayag. Ayon sa awit ni Alicia Keys, na ang title ay Karma. Karma. What goes around, comes around. What goes up, must come down. Mga ate, kuya, tatay, nanay, lolo o lola ni Kiko dito sa Kamara. Ang bata, kung nagkakamali, alam ko, hindi gaanong normal yung mga gawi ni Kiko dito sa Kamara. Pero minsan, yung bata, nakakatuwa. Pero yung mga matatanda na ayaw magbago, dapat, paalalahanin natin, dapat habang tumatanda tayo dito sa Kamara, tumitino rin tayo. Salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Much of it did, not whether he was discourteous or reckless. He may well have been. The question is whether expulsion is commensurate with what he actually did. Madam Speaker, this House did not look far for the standard it has already set within its own hands. In 2024, in the 19th Congress, former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez faced the gravest species of legislative misconduct imaginable short of treason, publicly urging the armed forces and the Philippine National Police to withdraw their support from the Commander-in-Chief, a conduct the Department of Justice was investigating as inciting to sedition. The Committee on Ethics, by unanimous vote, recommended a 60-day suspension. And yet, this plenary deliberately downgraded that penalty to mere censure, a formal reprimand on the express finding that suspension was disproportionate to the nature and context of his misconduct, the statements being emotional expressions rather than intentional calls for harm. In that act, my colleagues, this House articulated upon its own record a binding principle that the penalty must be proportioned to the true gravity and context of the offense. Measured against that benchmark, the sanction now before us is starkly inverted. Our colleague's offense consisted of incendiary and defamatory posts, conduct unbecoming, speech-based misconduct that, however distasteful, falls well below the incitement of the military to abandon their commander-in-chief. Yet for that lesser conduct, he was made to suffer not censure, but a 60-day suspension without pay, followed by a second consecutive 60-day suspension. If quasi-seditious appeals to the armed forces earned only a public reprimand, then stack suspensions for objectionable online posts cannot be reconciled with any coherent standard of proportionate discipline. They invent the very proportion of this House, they invert the very proportion of this House professed in Alvarez, and they approach the de facto disenfranchisement of an entire district for what it remains, at bottom, protective if intemperate speech. I do not rise to defend his manners. I rise to question our measure. A penalty must answer to the offense, and this one does not. It overreaches the speech it would punish. It overrides the voters who chose him. It overshoots every principle of proportion our Constitution was raised to protect. So let us discipline if discipline is due. But let us not expel, for to expel here is not to uphold the dignity of this House. It would diminish it. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield the floor.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Tobias M. Chanco of the Lone District of Navotas City for his manifestation.
The Honorable Tobias Toby M. Chanco from the Lone District of Navotas City is recognized for his manifestation. You have 3 minutes.
Yes, Madam Speaker, dear Majority Leader, and dear sponsor. First of all, I would like to clarify that I'm not making a manifestation, but I would like to interpolate the sponsor regarding the measures that he has recommended.
The Honorable Toby Chanco is recognized for his interpellation.
Before I entertain the query of the Honorable Tobias Chanco, Madam Speaker, I would like to remind the body that tonight we are deliberating a committee report pursuant to a unique constitutional power that was given to Congress, which is the power to discipline our own ranks. This is not an ordinary piece of legislation. It is actually a quasi-judicial proceeding. That being said, Madam Speaker, I would like to hear what would the queries of the Honorable Chanco be.
First of all, Madam Speaker, precisely that is the point. This is not an ordinary legislation. Hindi nga kami, kung hindi kami membro ng Committee on Ethics, hindi nga kami pwede magtanong doon. So kung hindi pa rin kami pwede magtanong dito sa plenaryo, ibig sabihin, hindi na sasagutin ng sponsor yung dahilan kung bakit kailangan isuspindi. Dapat hindi pa pwedeng manifestation lang to. Dapat sagutin nila at patunayan nakatumbas ng pagkakasala ni Kong Kiko yung ipapataw nila na parusa. Madam Speaker, kung ang ordinaryong batas ginagawa natin, pinapayagan natin tanungin doon sa period of sponsorship. Ito ay period of sponsorship, so bakit hindi pa pwedeng tanungin? Hindi nga kami nakapagtanong doon sa Committee on Ethics dahil hindi kami miyembro.
Madam Speaker, and with the indulgence of Representative Toby Chanco, nakalagay po mismo sa committee rules ng Committee on Ethics na maski ang non-member, maaari niyang malaman at maaari rin siyang makilahok as long as merong written request na ibinigay sa amin. As a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, there was even an instance wherein independent members of this Congress were able to join the deliberations of the Committee on Ethics even without the consent. I would like to express, Madam Speaker, my willingness to answer some questions from Representative Toby Chanco. Pero tulad nga na sabi ko kanina, isa po itong quasi-judicial proceeding. Nakalagay po mismo sa rules ng Committee on Ethics and Privileges na suppletory po ang rules of court. Parang husgado po, parang hukuman po ang naging ginampanan na role ng Committee on Ethics. Kaya po kami merong deliberation ngayon na binabasa at sinusponsoran sa floor. Kaya po tayo nagkakaroon ng pagkakataon na makapag-manifest ang ating mga miyembro para mag-guide po tayo kung paano po tayo boboto. At sa pagkakataong ito, nais ko pong malaman kung ano po ang katanungan ni Representative Chanco dahil hindi ko naman po pinipigilan ang maski sinong miyembro na mag-raise ng question before the Committee on Ethics.
Madam Speaker, tama po, pwede nga po kami mag-attend ng Committee on Ethics, dumalo po ako, pero hindi kami pwede magtanong doon. Pwede lang kami mag-manifest. Ngayon pa, huwag na lang natin pagtalunan kung bakit gusto mo na malaman yung tanong ko bago sagutin. Let us just rule on it. Pwede ba magtanong o hindi? Ayoko
Madam
naman
Speaker,
magtatanong ako.
I yield to questions from Representative Toby Chanco.
Okay, so number 1 po. Will the sponsor confirm that the committee report was just posted at 2:55 p.m. today and printed copies were just distributed maybe 10 minutes ago?
Madam Speaker, as a matter of fact, hindi lamang 10 minutes ago po. Kanina, naibigay po sa Committee on Rules ang committee report ng Committee on Ethics. And this matter was actually approved as early as April 28. Sa totoo lang po, Madam Speaker, ayon sa aming rules, all information pertaining to any disciplinary action against any member of the House is considered confidential. Pero kung meron po tayong miyembro dito na gustong malaman ang mga nangyayaring proceeding, malaya naman po sila na lumapit sa Committee on Ethics at magtanong. Another one po, Madam Speaker, kanina pa po na-distribute ito dahil kanina pa po ito inaprubahan ng Committee on Rules. Ang tagal po natin nag-suspend kanina, mahigit 2 oras po ata tayo nag-suspend, and I believe that is enough time for us to deliberate on this matter. As a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, I would like to even express my willingness to read the committee report in full. If that is the and if that would be the request of Representative Toby Chanco, willing po akong basahin ang buong committee report na yan.
Hindi, ang tanong ko lang po, Madam Speaker, kung kinukumpirma na 2:55 lang po unang nakita yung committee report dahil yan po ang oras ng pagka-post doon sa Viber group natin. Yun lang po ang tanong.
Madam Speaker, 3 oras na po ang nakalipas mula nung ipinost sa Viber group.
Kaya nga, di 2:55, di kinukonfirm
Hindi naman
lang
po
po
ganun kahaba ang committee report para basahin. That being said, Madam Speaker, valid naman po ang katanungan at ang concern ni Representative Toby Chanco, and his manifestation would be noted and it would be considered by all of our members as we vote on this committee report.
Okay, pangalawa po, si Kong Kiko Barsaga po ba ang nakasira ng dignidad, integridad, at reputasyon ng House of Representatives? Yung pa bang sinasabi niya ang nakasira? Ibig sabihin, kahit tawagin niyang House of Crocodiles to, kung hindi naman sira yung integridad ng House, yung bang sinasabi niya ang nakasira o may mga ibang bagay na nakasira?
Para sa akin po, Madam Speaker, napakahalaga na kung titingnan natin ang ating committee report, merong specific complainant, merong specific respondent, at merong specific causes of action that are complained of. I mentioned this, Madam Speaker, in my sponsorship speech. Una, disruptive physical demeanor, repeatedly interrupting actual plenary sessions, engaging in loud outbursts, distracting members. 2, mockery of leadership, yung pag-superimpose ng animated crocodiles over members, unauthorized and slanderous live broadcast. Kung tututukan ko po ng telepono sa harapan ng mukha mo, ito po ay pinadiringgan po namin sa Committee on Ethics, at ito po ang naging pasya ng aming mga miyembro na patawan po ng expulsion ang ating respondent. It should also be noted, Madam Speaker, that it doesn't happen very often in this August chamber na meron tayong miyembro na haharap sa multiple ethics complaint. Pagkatapos po masuspende ng ating respondent on 2 occasions, may kolatilya po ang committee report. Nakalagay po dyan, repetition of a similar misconduct will result to a more severe penalty. At ito po ang naging ruling ng Committee on Ethics and Privileges, and I appreciate the query of Representative Toby Chanco tsaka lahat po ng manifest. Napakahalaga po nito na mapakinggan po natin ang bawat miyembro para mag-guide po tayo kapag papagbotohan po natin ang committee report na ito. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Agree naman po ako na may mga pagkakamali si Kong Kiko Barsaga. And even he will attest that pag nagkakamali siya, pinagsasabihan ko siya. Isang example po nun doon sa nangyari kay Kong Akop na naparusahan na po natin siya noon. The 60-day suspension meted out last time was because of what he uttered against the late Kong Akop. And I explained in my vote that time, and I even told him, Kiko, dapat hindi mo ginawa yan. Kasi sa atin, sa Pilipinas, masyado ang paggalang natin para sa iyong mga honor. So hindi ko sinasabing wala siyang kasalanan. May mga kasalanan siya. Dapat may parusa rin sa kanya. Ang tanong lang is yung bang mga kasalanan niya na nagawa, ang tamang parusa doon o katumbas ba nun ay expulsion. Di ba? The penalty should be commensurate to the offense. So yun lang, pakipaliwanag lang kung bakit doon sa mga nasabi niyong mga kasalanan niya, dapat siyang tanggalin bilang congressman at yung mga bumoto sa kanya ay mawala yung binoto nila. Yun lang po ang aking gustong malaman. Hindi ko po sinasabi na wala po siyang kasalanan. May kasalanan po siya. Dapat may parusa din po. Pero tama bang parusa yung tanggalan siya ng posisyon o tanggalin siya sa pagiging congressman dahil dun sa mga nagawa niya?
Madam Speaker, uulitin ko lamang po ang bahagi ng aking sponsorship speech kanina. With the representative having meted with 60-day suspensions in 2 instances, the committee considers that another penalty of suspension will not likely deter the improper behavior which continuously reflects negatively on the image of the House of Representatives. Para sa kaalaman po ng ating mga miyembro, the Committee on Ethics was put in a really tough predicament because we faced multiple complaints with different causes of action pertaining to the same respondent. At the same time, maaaring magkaroon pa po ng influx of cases against the same respondent from different complainants and for different causes of action. Kaya sana po nauunawaan ng ating kasamahan sa Kongreso na hindi po simple ang trabaho ng Committee on Ethics and Privilege. We actually afforded maximum tolerance to our respondent dahil may mga okasyon pa nga po na the same day, hindi po makakadalo sa hearing, magre-reschedule kami para lang makinggan ang kanyang panig. Naging binigyan po namin ng pagkakataon ang ating respondent na dumalo at magpakita sa ating committee. And I share the view of Representative Janco. Mahirap po ang rekomendasyon na inirekomenda ng Committee on Ethics, but I hope all of the manifestations that were given on the floor would guide all of us when we vote on this matter. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, maraming salamat po, dear sponsor. Panghuli na po, Madam Speaker. No? Alam niyo po, ito lang po ang pakiusap ko sa ating mga kasamahan dito. Ako po kasi naranasan ko na dito yung ilang beses maging independent. No? Ngayon lang ako naging parte ng majority. Yung ating kapangyarihan bilang mayorya, ay ingatan po natin, gamitin natin ng maayos. Kasi baka dumating yung panahon, tayo naman ang mapunta sa pagiging independent, tayo mapunta sa minority. Doon pa lang natin mararanasan, no? At kahit tayo ay part ng majority, gusto rin naman natin tayo ay may boses, hindi pinipigilan yung ating salita. Pag tayo ay mabilis magdesisyon dito at tayo ay nagkaroon ng president na masyadong mahigpit ang parusa, pwede na tayong takutin dito na huwag na lang tayo magsalita dahil pwede tayong parusahan at doon na mawawala ang integrity ng House ng Representatives na ito kung ano pa po ang natitira dito. Yun lang po, Madam Speaker, maraming salamat.